Beautiful. Okay. So, yes. Let's go indeed. Let's go indeed. So we're gonna go over Tournament of Regen. Hello, Docs. How you doing? I see you there in the chat. I see you. See you. We're gonna go over Tournament of Regen because as much as I'd like to, I like to think that this mode is anything but that. It pretty much is that in regards to what are like thorough, viable teams, and I'm saying viable teams almost irregardless of stars. Something that a lot of other teams cannot say. KKFG, hello. Tournament Power, kind of bad game mode. Not kinda, is. It just is. It is a bad game mode. That's Yo, KKFG. All right. So let's already just begin, just so we get an idea. We cover some things. I'm gonna just put that like that. Top guide, yeah. I'm gonna definitely share this so you guys have access to this. The best topic for me, I don't get it. Beautiful. Then let's cover it today, which is obviously my goal. So first, we're gonna go over like the basic ideas, so basic concepts, so things that you may already know. Basics. All right. I use GT with Super Baby 2 and we just heal every match. Yep, that's pretty much that. If you have anything that's regen-like, it's very simple. And if you have Zenkais, also pretty simple. I throw 6Z7 units into a team. That's one way to do it. So basic things that you gotta know about this. And I think that is, here, let me just pull up my notes. Eight characters to choose for a team. Let's see, what else do we need to know about this? You also want to know specifically, sorry, I'm just like right now like rummaging through all my brain and racking it up, and then we're gonna get there. Eight characters to choose for a team. Equips are mandatory, and I say that because they do actually make a difference in terms of your overall bonus because of how fast you complete a match or a game mode. And just generally speaking, don't be too picky about how strong Hello, Wesley. How you doing? Okay, other basic things. Green spots heal. Yellow spots average out health plus revives all. I just skipped the matches. There we go. What else? Am I late? No, you're not, Corey. You're not. You're not. Definitely not late. Sorry. I know I'm technically in the way, but don't worry. I will push my face, like, out of the way. So that way you guys, can not have to deal with this to the same degree, So yeah, let's put myself up here. Although I don't like that this is out of the frame, although it. So here, let's see what we can do. Can we? I'm gonna have to lower the one second. Not 200%. We'll have to go down to 150. Yep, that works. So we'll go to 150. I'm sorry, everyone. God Gamers, I'm fantastic. How you doing? We're gonna just bold that, underline it, and italicize it, because why not? Let's just be extra. Let's just be completely extra. There we go. All right, so I'm over here. I'm just kind of chilling at the top, right over here. I get it, top. Oh, freaking god. All right, so this is a game mode that I just generally speaking am disappointed by. I feel like it could have been way better than what it is, but it's not, and that's just how it goes. And we're just gonna work through it. Okay, so other things we need to know. Dude, you got a haircut? Oh, I more like I shaved my face. The hair is the same. I didn't cut it. It's just kind of poofy. It does things, you know? I have 4K CC for Majub and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I have 22K, because I've been saving. I haven't spent any CC since the Gohan banner. Thoughts on the old yellow Gohan dying over and over for just try to surpass me? Here we go again. Basically, good teams for this event. GT, so basically because of Super Baby 2. Regen, Narration. We have Baby 2. Majin Buu good. Android 18, although this is that's more androids, so let's do that. And this one is red, because you know it's red, not blue or yellow or anything of that. Yo, Peanut, how you doing? I see you there. Did you like a new person without your beard? I am like a new person without my beard, honestly. I'm always a new person without my beard. I'm just like, you know, I feel off today, and I think the reason why I feel so off, and also, I just want to not cover the text, you know? I think the reason why I feel so off is because I'm just getting back into the habit of streaming. And once I get back into that habit, it'll be all good. It'll be all fine. Okay. God. What other basic things we need to know? And then also... And let me know if I'm missing anything in terms of, like, basic stuff, because then I want to go into, like, diving into the other stuff, and then we'll really go in depth towards, like, top and what you can do for top, and so on and so forth. Yes, thank you. See, I knew... Thank you, Hoichi. I appreciate that. I completely missed that. Although you're right. That is absolutely true. So basically, when you realize Minions was a mistake and you should have brought Regen. And then what was the last thing that I wanted to do? You can change from strike to blast. Finally, knowing okay, so for that last one, I'm going to show it. So I'm going to actually open up Air Server now. So just give me a moment, because I'm going to bring up the game. And then we're going to, you know, show you what I mean. So that way it's not confusing, and I am showing you exactly what we've discussed in there. And then we're going to go on further in depth, because obviously I can't just teach through typing, although we're going to add that, and we're going to keep on adding new stuff to that every single time. And this is going to look very weird, so I might have to like change my setting in my screen, and you just bear with me, okay? Because right now it's going to look very weird, because it's like right here behind me, and I'm just like chilling right here. So don't worry about it. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. I'm just going to move myself. In fact, actually, I think it would just be easier if I just change it. Boom, 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 boom. This is wrong. This is so wrong. 1 second. Stream has disconnected. Oh, stream has reconnected. Can you double check that I'm still there? But am I actually still talking? Okay, cool. It's very delayed. It's very delayed, though. All right, anyways, doesn't matter. Okay, so point is, let's go and let's take a look. What was I looking at? Right. All right, so this is currently my team. We have Boo Tanks right here, who is dead. Oh, right, that... see, I knew I missed something. I knew I missed something. Knew it. Okay, doesn't matter. We'll cover that too. So one thing that we want to talk about when we're talking about top is that, as you can see, I have a very strange team in the form of its regen androids as a mix. It's all good. So it's just delayed. Oh, can you just let everyone know that I'm going to be discussing about the delay? Because there's a delay. So I'm already aware that the delay is existing and that I'm not disconnected. But it's okay. Anyways. So let's actually cover this. Let me just open this up. Oh yeah, finally knowing what each buff on the 3x3 quadrant means. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's actually go and confirm this real quick. So if I were to pick this node, for example, we have these two quadrants. So if we actually go to switch out, just real quick, and like knowing what these buffs mean makes a big difference. So when we're talking about like you mean Android regen, exactly, Gohan Corey, exactly. So knowing what these mean makes a big difference. So for example, looking at your yellow bar, placing probably your highest yellow bar unit in there, or whoever would actually best utilize that spot, is a great idea. In the example of Boo Tanks, his ideal spots are either this spot or, more ideal, anything that increases his speed, so his key recovery. And I'll explain why in just a moment. Another thing is in regards to switching your cards. So for those of you that don't know, most people should know by now, but if you don't, that's okay. If you click on here, you can choose your attack strategy based upon what you select, either strike or blast. For example, another tactic that you can... Actually, I'm going too far ahead. I'll explain later what we could do with that. But yeah, basically you want to put someone that's at blast in the blast section. Cool beans, all right? So we can just confirm that just for a second. Whoops. Okay, no, I didn't jump in. Good. I don't want to jump in just yet. So, let's go back. I always do auto mode. So, one thing to note. All right, sounds good, sounds good. So yeah, key restore speed is a huge big deal. You're gonna want to make sure that the speed, like, you know your key restore speeds, because if you're gonna do auto mode specifically, you need to know who out of your team is gonna be attacking first at what times. This makes a huge difference because that helps you plan out where you want each character to be attacking and when. And that makes a big, big difference. Because the last thing you want to do is put yourself on auto mode, but don't even know the random attack order of your characters. Also, Draven's Crow, hello, how you doing? I see you there. I do see you. Chat's over on my left. Might look like I'm looking to my right or something, or maybe it's the I look like I'm looking at my left. I don't know. But point is, I see what you're saying. I see you there. So how you doing? All right. So we got key restore speed, the speed of your character. This means who will attack first in the order of your team. Cool. Don't worry, Docs. I'm gonna switch the overlay in a moment. I'm assuming it's reaction. It is reaction. So I'm just gonna move myself real quick. Just gonna put myself up. So here we go. So for example, there we go. And there we go. Now we've got the overlay out so you guys can see it, and it's not too big of a deal. I'm gonna have to keep on like repositioning myself while we do this, because it's a little messy since there's a lot to do, and a lot to see, and a lot to figure out. And then the majority of the time, you're gonna have to note that when you're doing like any Z League battle, if you ever show, like, look at what you're doing, usually takes about like till turn 3 or 4 to win the game, and usually by turn 4, if things, you know, go the way they normally go. And then we're gonna also talk to you guys about like things that you need to know. So this, I feel like we've covered enough of the basics. So these basics are what we've covered here. So let's now go over things to know. All right. Okay. Let me just stop that music just for a second, because it is getting in the way. So we're gonna just close that for a second there, and then I'll reopen it in a bit. There we go. Just gonna put myself right here and exist. All right. No. Maybe if I just do this, it's gonna stop with that silly stuff. Yes, it did. All right, perfect. Okay, we did it. Figured it out. Figured out the algorithm. We're good. Cool. Okay. So things to know, like I did mention, you want to know like which types of teams you don't want to fight. Yeah. What's up, Corey? Ask me a question. Ask me any question. Yeah, I actually have first-hand experience with Rival Universe. There you go. And that's exactly why you skip them. You skip them because they are a pain in your tushy. They have too many good units all paired up in that particular zone, that match, that you're just literally shooting your team in the foot because you feel like it. So don't do that. All right, my question is, how's your day going? My day's going pretty well, actually. So thanks for asking. Yo, Mike, I'm just going over some top stuff. Nashwin's like, I don't play this much, just playing for Vegeta Z power. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Easy way to win, take a full Z7 Android team in. Yes, but I'm trying to go over a little bit more specific stuff. And the reason for it is because some people don't even know how to play the mode. Some people just like throw units in without actually thinking about it. This is kind of problematic as it's going to ruin your scores. So just thinking about certain things ahead of time do make a very big difference. More easier full Z7 Sunfam or Z7 hybrids? Well, no, right now it's Z7 Android team. Androids are definitely taking the top of everything. But, you know, that will change as they keep on changing stuff. Hybrids was like, I think just a season ago. Or was that movies? It might have been movies. I was going for top 100 in Z-League, but had one bad run. Yep, that happens. That happens. Listen, that always can happen, and you just have to go with the flow of that. Listen, we have to go about this based upon the idea that you don't always have the best team out there, right? Yeah, it's not easy enough to say just run a Z7 anything team. Kind of hard to do that. All right. And then we can go over some teams later, which teams you could use that I would recommend realistically, and then see from there. It just sucks that some teams really just are completely disserviced in this mode, and it's disheartening. It's disheartening, I'll be honest. All right, so we got this. Maybe I should space this out just a bit. So that way it's easier to read. Yeah, I like that better. I do like that better. And I'm going to move myself a little bit more to the side, just so you guys can see it. So we have this and we have this. Emily, how does one share this so that way I can share it to the YouTube? You already shared it? All right, so this is right now shared content, guys. So if you look down in the description below, if you click on the document or the link, you should have access to the document, and then you guys can just read along with me. So that way, if in case you don't have access or you can't fully see because I'm blocking something, you'll be able to just, like, you know, read it. And I will obviously update it as we go along. All right. There you go. Okay. Let me just pull up my note again, because I just want to grab that, because I did set it up on here. Let me just grab. This is important to grab, so I have access to my notes. My notes help. And then we'll go over, like, some of those equipments. I mean, some of those, you know, kits. We'll go over some characters that I use, for example, that I know fundamentally and how they work. And then from there, I'll show you guys what I do to maximize their potential. Because it really does help when you know how to maximize that potential, as you have to just really consider who needs to be where for you to get the best results. All right? So let's take a look, actually, while we're at it. Let's actually show you guys that now. I think it's now fair to actually show that again. So we're going to now bring out the game again. I'm going to have to take away the screen, but it will be fine. You'll be fine. Everything will be fine, okay? Let me just change my thing. Let's get air server in here. And then let me just change to, I think, phone. Might be phone? It is phone. It is the phone. I'm going to switch it over. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by, like, kits and what you should do with these kits and stuff like that, because reading your kits make such a big difference. It's actually insane. I'm fantastic, Tega. How you doing? All right. We're going to go to Tournament of Power. Perfect. All right, let's go to Tournament of Power now, real quick. Okay. Let's go to switch out just for a second so we can take a look at our kits. So, for example, if you're taking a look at what I have currently, I have Android 21 Zenkai 7 in here. So let's actually take a look at what she does, because knowing what she does makes a big difference. All right. So she's got 4 squares. So depending on where she's placed, so if you take a look at this little icon right here, this is where she's placed within your own 3x3 square. From here, this is where she is going to be doing her buffs, okay? So it matters because you don't want to be placing your character in a place where it's not helpful, if that makes sense. So by placing her in the middle, anyone that I place on the sides are getting buffed. Now, who is getting buffed is depending on what type of character it is. So as it says here, for anyone that is gauge charge rate for allied, tag Android for 1 turn. That's for the 15% to the special move. 30% key recovery for allied tag regeneration. 20% damage inflicted by allied tag girls. And then restores health by 2% for any transforming warriors. Now that is what I care about the most, but any of these help a lot. Okay. And then for Brilliant Mind, it's just against the enemy when she attacks. So you don't have to worry about that. But let's take a look at who is around her so you can get an idea of who is getting buffed and by how much. All right? So if we take a look at this one. We have Android, Regen, Girls, Transforming Warrior. So we have all 4 categories. So anyone that's an Android, like Android 21, will be fully boosted by this girl right here. All right. Same thing with this one to some degree. Android, Regeneration, Girls, Transforming Warrior. Yep. So we're good on that one. And yes, being a whale does help. And then for this one, let's take a look at what we got here. We got Android, Regen. So obviously we're only getting some of the benefits, not all. So one of the things that we're not getting is healing. However, the nice thing about Cell is that he himself heals because of his own kit, so it's not too bad, okay? For her, I believe her only thing will be Android and Girls. Yeah. But she is also a fantastic unit because she has a specific set of skills, which is great. Specifically this one. So if you place her, wherever you place her, she's going to be healing 3% to anywhere in the range. So, in this situation, she'll be healing this one and this one. Realistically speaking, what I could do for this next one is I could switch it. Because honestly, he needs the extra health help. Whereas she doesn't. Alright. And then I also have Omega here, but, like, Omega's nice and all. He's a solid unit. What does he get buffed by? Regen, specifically. His only thing is regen. So, we're just going to confirm that real quick. All right. And then, yes, one thing that I do want to mention that I think Mike just pointed out. Yes, it's okay to take tier 2 units. So, another thing. How can I tell which final form cell is a revival cell? Basically, for that, there's only one revival cell, and that one is the red cell. So you'll just look for the color coding. So if your color coding of your cell is red, you just have to look at his kit. If it mentions that he goes from 0 to 100% back after dying, you found your revival cell. And I could show you a picture of that. Check the picture if it has a Zenkai. It has a Zenkai. It's not revival. Yeah, if the red cell can also be Zenkai'd, it's also not revival cell. So the only situation where it's revival cell is if it's red and it cannot get a Zenkai. It won't have the Zenkai picture in the logo. Thank you, Tega. Okay, but yeah, thank you, Mike, for the that suggestion, because that's true. That's absolutely true. And you know, it's important to know that. So let's go back to this stuff. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Just wanna. Oops. Okay. There we go. That's better. And let me just fix reaction, I think. Yeah. Boom. There we go. Good. Good. Now we have the thing. We have access to it. Let me just see what else I wrote, because I have other things that I also wrote that we could also use. Perfect. So I feel like this could actually go under basic, so we're just going to put it under basic. There we go. Because I think that also matters. Now, obviously, are tier 1 units, like, really good units? Yes. But, luckily, what we do have access to is tier 2 units and tier 3 units that still give us a percentage bonus when we play in top. And that more than enough carries, especially if those particular tier 2 or tier 3 units heal you, or give you mass healing, or protect you, or are just very tanky units. Regen is a easy top 1k, so here's a thing that you need to know. If you play Regen, advancement team. No, I do not have that at every 5th battle is the one to get the most points. Not yet. No, I have not done that just yet. Thank you, Mike, because it's true. I'll just write highest difficulty as well, just in case. There we go. And I think this one is unfortunate that it's true, but it is true. Regen just has a very easy time in top. It's how I did a lot of league advancements. I just use regen, because regen has just been insane. In fact, actually, there are some regen units, like Android 21 Purple, for example. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. All right. So what do we have right here? We have, in terms of basics, we have 8 characters to choose for a team. You know, these are things that you already know, but you should know if you don't know. Equips are mandatory, but don't be too picky about how strong the equipment is. Although, again, once you have the time, once you feel like you've gotten the hang of this mode, re-roll for better versions of those same equips. So, like, work on your equips. Either A, re-roll that same equip, or if you can't, if you can't, reroll for newer equips that have better equipment slots, like ratios, and then work on those from there. Eventually go and do that. Again, it depends on how much you actually care about top. If you care about being at the top of top, generally it's a good idea to do that at the very minimum, along with everything else. Green spots heal. Most of you know that, if not everyone, unless you don't play top, then I guess you don't know it. Yellow spots average out everyone's health, revives all defeated allies, or you can use it to remake a new team while also averaging out all the health. So even if you make a new team, you're still averaging out your health. Regeneration as a tag is just solid for this mode. That's because of self-healing. If a team self-heals, it is a strong team. So teams that self-heal that I can think of, anything that can run Super Baby 2 is automatically really good. I know Movies is a solid team, at least in certain modes, or at least in certain times. I know at one point Rival Universe in the pre-seasons was a solid team to pick. But the ones that I notice that stand out at pretty much all times tends to be units or teams that cross mix with specific other tags. So for example, if you are running regen, it means you can definitely run androids. Androids tend to be very good in this mode too. And then on top of that, GT is also a decent pick that you can use. It's not the greatest pick. It's not going to necessarily garner you top 1, but you can definitely make top 1K with GT. Especially with the amount of Zenkais they have. It's insane. It's the amount of damage they do. They can go through fights a little quicker. So that's nice. So, but yeah, regen, I definitely recommend it for any beginner. Okay, so let's take a look at the current meta. I'm just going to take a look at it real quick, because I want to just see what we have at the top currently. And then we're going to go from there. Okay, so let's take a look at what we had. So yeah, you can pick your attack targets and the order in which you like to attack them. So for example, I can number them from 1 to 6, how I want to attack, and my units will attack specific targets unless there's someone like Topo that will stop me from doing so. So we're going to get to that in a bit. You can change your card arts from strike to blast and vice versa when setting up your team in between each match. So this basically means that whenever you're doing your setup of your team formation, you can you can literally click on the strike icon or blast icon that your character has and then flip it. You can change it. You can change your character's icon. And this matters actually because if you know that you're going up against a team that mainly has strike cover change, then it's actually okay to set up a certain amount of your speedier units into blast formation, or if they have a blue card ready up and lined up for that specific unit, just wipe it out, and then the rest of your units can just continue using strike. This is another nifty way to get through things a lot quicker and potentially elevate your points. Okay. Let's see, what else? Knowing what each buff on the 3x3 quadrant means. So for example, if you see a blast icon, it's for blast attacks. If it's a special buff, so like if you see that little, it's like a yellow little square with a very, very jaded out circle, that's for special moves. If you have that zoomy thing, so the double triangle, then in that case, but like going that way, then you have your key recovery. Yeah, no, might be key recovery. I can't remember what it's actually specifically, but that basically raises your overall speed. So your character, whoever you place there, will be most likely, if they are already decently average in terms of speed, will most likely go first the moment they're placed on that quadrant, which means that if you have someone like Boot Tanks, for example, they're going to be using their opening move as a blue card, and that's going to pretty much one-shot whatever red unit is in the way at that particular moment. Okay? You got strike damage buff, so if you see a fist, if you see a damage buff, so just 2 little dots as like the little buff, that's for overall damage, so just giving overall damage. There's also health restoration buffs, so if over time you can heal a certain amount of percent that you've taken during the game. You can't actually heal anything that was lost the previous game. You will regain all of that over time, so I guess I should put that. Because I think that's important. Might have been either after each game or at the start of each game. I can't remember which one. But basically, you will recover 10% of your health. So, for example, if you are trying to heal already pre-existing damage, don't worry about that. Just make sure that you set up a character and place them in a place where, in case that you're worried about them being targeted and killed, that you can actually prevent that. That's basically the idea of what you need to do. Okay? Okay, here we go. Key restore speed equals the speed of your character. This means who attacks first in your team is dependent on who has generally the highest key restore speed. So what you're going to want to do when you look at that specifically, you're just going to go into your character's kit. So like if you just go into their main kit, you don't even have to like go that far. So just go to show details, go down and go look at their key restore speed, look at the number, compare them with your other characters, and then look on those actual battles and see who goes first. More likely than not, the fastest person is going to be the one with the highest number. That's it. That's how you dictate the speed of your character, and you can influence that also with the quadrant. So no one to switch out your characters. This is kind of obvious, but if the opposing match has 0 yellow units, then obviously, and they have a ton of blue units, maybe don't bring your red units. It's kind of like in PvP in a sense. Kind of. I say kind of because it's not always true. Okay, things to know. Try to avoid fighting rival universe at all costs. So they usually run units like, let me just think. What units would they run specifically? Because I just want to make sure that I'm not like, what units do they run? Units. They would run units like. It's hard to remember what they ran. But I do believe that they run stuff like Topo, Champa, UI Goku sometimes. Sometimes they would run Jiren. Basically, if they have a ton of cover change units, avoid them. So here's another one. Right now. Hello, Sakin. How you doing? There you go. So here's another good one. Basically, if an opposing team has a whole bunch of cover change units, decide if it is even worth battling or finding a new target altogether. This means is basically if you see that your opposing match is going to have 3 cover change units and you have no way to actually outsmart that, then maybe, just maybe, going for a lower fist battle is actually a fair and smart move to make. Okay? Here's another one that I think a lot of people shy away from, but I think you should. I can't. There we go. There we go. UI, Jiren, Vados, Topo, Champa, etc. Exactly. Thank you, Zephyr. Good, what's going on? We're just writing right now a whole top guide. And then after that, I think I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do for top and what I can do and show you guys how the battle looks. Because I like to look at my battles just to see what I can do for the next time I fight something like that. And, you know, just so I can avoid more mistakes. Because I think currently I have like only 1 unit dead. And everyone else is fine. So, you know, I would say I'm in pretty good shape, and generally speaking, by the end of my Z League matches, I usually only have like 1 unit dead, max 2 if I have a bad run. So it's not horrible. Although the last game that I had with the last AI was not great. It was painful. It was actually painful. All right. Okay, so but remember guys, this is shareable, so you guys will have access to it at any point in time. If you guys click on this stream, the stream will also be made available, so you can just click on it at any point in time as well. You'll have access to it. Yeah. And then anything else that we want to update or put on here, you definitely could do that. We could do that. So it's not a big deal. You'll have access to this at all times. The thing about top specifically is that there's not too much to know. That's just kind of the way the game is. It's just more about like when people always complain about how many stars I have in PvE, this is a game mode actually where having a lot of stars is very nice, okay? So like if you want to complain about a game mode that requires a lot of stars to usually be really good at this is the game mode to complain about. All right, let's just take a look real quick at what is at the top. Right now, movies is at the top. Yeah. They're at number 1, Ricardo. GG Ricardo, for now. Yeah, movies have been pretty good. I know androids have been very good, so I would still suggest androids over anything else since they're occupying the majority of the spots at the top. Yeah. 2, 3, and 4 are all occupied by androids. Then we have, I think, LOE. Yep. At 5 and 6. Yes. And then it's back to androids. LOE and androids. I'm not even sure if there's much regen right now. I know regen usually occupies the lower ends, but like between top 100 and top 1K. Not to say that regen cannot occupy other places. It's just that it usually helps. Hello, NeedyPie. How you doing? Ah, here we have a rival universe. Good job, whoever's this rival universe player. Although they have a lot of stars, so that I guess helps. I wish. Oh, we have some regen. That is cool. We have Saiyan. So yeah, teams that I would usually suggest. So let's go over teams that I would suggest. Whoops. My bad. Let's see. Before I suggest that one, I would probably suggest we have androids, we have regen. Let's see, what else? What else? I'm just trying to take a look and think of like other teams that I would suggest because I don't want to suggest teams that I don't think are extremely relevant. And obviously, a lot of this is pending to change. So it's not like it's always necessary or it's always going to stay the same. Okay. Yeah, we can do sagas from the movies. Here's another one. This one's actually quite interesting. Yeah, we're gonna get to that just in a moment. Let me do that. Let's see. Sorry, no, it wasn't Topo, it was Dispo. Welcome back, Josh. How you doing? I'm sorry. That's all good, Corey. Don't worry about it. All right. Let me just highlight these or bold them because it's hard to see them. Let me just do that real quick. So the thing about Saiyans specifically, like if you're gonna run Saiyans, things to note. Hello. All right. Now, with that being said, let's talk about potential. Boom, there you go. So that's Legends Road. Legends Road is I would say actually a solid team, and we have seen in the past some Legends Road users being in the top 100 for a bit before unfortunately kind of dropping out because they do not have that longevity that other teams have as well, which kind of sucks. Kind of sucks, but that's just how it is. So you just want to be aware of that and really, really pay attention to whether or not like you have any better teams that you could possibly run instead. Let me just bold that while I'm at it, so we have access to seeing that better. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Will losing make us drop high ranks? Yes. Yes. Generally speaking, the idea was that we thought that losing was okay. It unfortunately kills your consistency bonus, your like over time win bonus that you get by accumulating constant wins. So I can't remember what the word is that I'm looking for, but it basically kind of stops you. It's like if you like in PvP, each time you win, it gives you an extra amount of points as you keep a winning streak. You lose your winning streak. There we go. So when you lose your winning streak, that's a problem because the moment the winning streak is gone, you have to start from ground zero. And as you've been winning, you've been constantly accumulating more and more of a win streak. This is a win streak based mode. And as a result, they're going to punish you for not having that win streak. Right? It's especially helpful once you get to every 5th battle where it just essentially increases your points a lot. So being able to have every single time a win while also being able to hit that every single time makes a big difference, which is why I don't recommend currently Legends Road. It's not that Legends Road itself can't be used. It's more so that Legends Road tends to have at least one death before they just come back, and that can put a damper on your overall score. That's not to say that you can't hit your top 6k and get the 1k CC. It just means that it is very likely that you could be pushed out of that range while not being necessarily demoted at all. So that's why I don't personally recommend it. However, it is a potential for, further buffs. It has potential. It can always get better, which is always nice. Okay. All right. Let's see. Any other teams that I would recommend? I'm just trying to think of anything else that I could recommend at this current moment in time. GT. GT is actually a solid team. I could put that actually up there. Although I feel like it's hard to say. I'm going to put GT here for now, but I feel like it's not kind of fair to GT because GT is actually pretty solid here, even above here. but we're just gonna put it here because I didn't make a subcategory for like teams that I would recommend, but most people don't have. Yeah, I do, Andre. How you doing? I see you there. I haven't really forgotten God Key in Future. It's more so God Key in Future isn't really good. Also, Divine Black, Super Saiyan Rose, how you doing? I see you there. I do see you. My issue is more so that Future doesn't really see much play, if at all. And then as for God Key, let's not even discuss that because I just don't see God Key anywhere. Which is sad. But what am I supposed to say about that? Like I really cannot say anything about that other than it's just unfortunate. Yeah, I think that these are pretty much how are Earthling or humans? No, just don't even bother. Don't even bother with Earthling with Super Warriors. Super Warriors are they're bad in like literally every game mode. Yeah, Future sucks on top. Exactly. See, and that sucks because Future is a fantastic. It is actually a Actually, you know what? Here's the one. Is Red Super Saiyan God Goku good in any way? Oh, yeah. Health buffer. He's a health buff in terms of, well, the health. But in top, I don't recommend him. Actually, I just don't recommend God Key in top. I could, this is all pending to change, obviously. When they decide, maybe we want to make God Key the best, which I would gratefully say, yes, please. I have a much better God Key team than I do Regen. But, here we are. But Powerful Opponents is actually a solid team that you could also run. Powerful Opponents is a whale team, though, so just be aware of that. All right? Yo, Mage Z, how you doing? Bam. All right. So the only two possible categories that I can think of that honestly should be buffed up are Female Warriors and Legends Road. God Key could be a potential category, but right now, as it is, I would never place it there only because it just doesn't exist. Ran a mix of Future and God Key in the preseason, but didn't get much benefit there, so moved to Regen. Exactly. I started off with Female Warriors, and they did actually decently. Not only did I I got promoted, but I also I just did very well in general. Obviously, I then switched to Regen and did even better. Definitely Female Warriors can compete. It's just that why compete with Female Warriors if you can also compete with Regen? If you can make a Regen/Androids hybrid team without adding, like, let's say, Zenkai 7 Caulifla. You don't need her because Android 21 Purple is way better. Sad fact, but it is. I used to use the red GT Goku on my team, but then he got a Zenkai and I couldn't afford it. Fair enough. I get that. I do get that. But yeah, so overall, the teams that I suggest are Androids, Regen, Sagas, Android Regeneration Hybrid, which does exist, Lineage of Evil, Rival Universe, and Saiyans. Some of these teams are obviously not for free-to-play. If you're free-to-play, then in that case, I would say Regeneration is probably your best bet, unless you're a Sagas main or you're an Androids main, then in that case, these teams are also great for you. Now, with that being said, if your main team is not here, then I suggest going for a regen or an android regeneration hybrid, as that will garner you the most success in this format, especially while you slowly work on them while also maintaining your specific tag for PvP. Okay, my phone's about to die. I'll be back. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. I main Saiyans, but I don't have Angel Vegeta, so I can't actually run my Saiyans in top very well, which is unfortunate. So as a result, I'm using an Android regeneration hybrid, as I don't have a full regen team that is solid, and it kills me knowing that. But it is what I want to see your battles, Phil. I just got to see how regen can be used. All right, so I am going to be using regen Android hybrid, so you're going to see that. And I can show you that right now, actually. So let's actually go to Air Server real quick. Let's open that up. Let's go to, I believe it's phone. Here we are. And then let's bring up, oh, my adventures are complete. Let's bring up Smart View real quick. Start now. Let's just get that going. And let me just grab my adventures real quick, and then we will begin. So, how much energy do I have? I have 10. I will use how much of it? I think 6. I don't want to use more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Just want to grab my energies real quick, because I want to get my adventures done. So that way I can just move on with my day. Alright, that's cool. Adventures, let's go. Boom, boom. Unfortunate, but whatever. Move on. Can you show what tier units you are using? Yep, absolutely. Let's go to Tournament of Power real quick. So let's take a look at what tier units I'm using. So let's take a look at whatchamacallit. No, not details, sorry. Let's go to boost characters. So if I were to go to tier 2, how many of these units are there? So I've got Bootanks right here. He's a tier 2 character. I've got Android 21 Good. She's a tier 2 character. I've got Omega Shenron, who's also a tier 2 character. Let's see who else. I got Android 21, who is also a tier 2 character. I've got Super Baby 2, who is also a tier 2 character. I've got Android 21, who is a tier 2 character. Right? And then we go to tier 3. I just want to see if I have anyone in tier 3 that I'm using currently. No. Tier 4? Nope. Tier 5? No. And tier 1, let's take a look at what I have. Who I've been using. Use filter? I could, but I'm too lazy. My laziness has proved to be my downfall and as to why I'm doing this. Because it's easier to do this, which is the long way, than do what is actually right and do it the short way. That is how lazy I am. I will be so inefficient. My inefficiency will be my undoing. Okay. Eventually we'll get to the units that I'm using. Where are you? Do I have any tier 1 units? I might not. But I think I do. But I could be wrong. Do. Here we go. Here's my first tier 1 unit, Android 18. Let's see. Where's my next tier 1 unit? I feel like I have more than just one tier 1 unit. Where are you? There's a lot of tier 1 units. So bear with me. Here's my next tier 1 unit, Android 18. Here's my last tier 1 unit, Perfect Cell. So if we actually go back, I can basically tell you which ones are tier 1s. So this cell is tier 1, Android 18 at the bottom is tier 1. And actually, that's all I'm using in terms of those tier 1s. I am actually not running Android 18, the yellow one. But then I'm using Super Baby 2, and all the rest are tier 2 characters. So as you can see, I have 2 tier 1 characters, and then 6 tier 2 characters. Yeah. So there you go. With that being said, let's actually go and take a look. Does Red 18 heal the whole team or just self-heals? So Red 18... Okay, so actually let's go back and let's take a look so I can just show you guys. So Red 18, because I did actually cover this in terms of a formation kit. So over here, let's take a look at it. So she heals anyone in these quadrants. Right? So whoever she's pointing at on the sides, so in this case, she will be healing this one right here and this one right there. So any damage that he takes, he will heal. Any damage she takes, she will heal. But she will not be healing this already missing portion of his health. This is gone. This is going to come back through time as long as he doesn't take too much damage and constantly re-heals. Over time, he will gain back his health. Okay? So that's how that works. Now, that being said, let me just count my battles because I do have to double check some things. All right. So, okay, so what we got here? We got reds. So one thing we need to know is what some of these kits do, okay? So this is actually quite important because we know that this guy is going to cover change against blast. That's a pain in the butt. And we want to deal with that effectively. Yo, G-Money, how you doing? So how we're going to deal with that? It's quite simple. Anyone that uses blast, we're going to try to alter to strike if it's possible, okay? There's also a yellow unit, so we can actually deal with that. We can put a red unit on the team. We got a purple unit that we also want to deal with, although we can put him in the tier 2 slot or in the second slot as we want to deal with primarily anyone else. So, for example, what I probably would do is I'd probably try to deal with him as my second opponent, just because I'm going to be running some blue units first. So I probably am going to attack this boy right here, followed by him. Actually, why don't we just actually go and just do that right now? I'll show you what I mean. I'll just show you what I mean, okay? All right. So another thing is, don't be afraid to move her, because she's still buffing everyone that I want her to buff at these quadrants, for example. So it doesn't actually matter. We got blue units. We do want the blue. Let me just flip that, actually. Let me just see where we want to have the right unit here, right? Who do I have? I have Strike there. That's fine. Strike is fine. We're going to put that back. Blast is fine. Yeah. I might still put her here, though, for those boosts. Flip. And if I were to flip out, then it would have to be that, which means that we have no yellow to deal with a purple. But at the same time, there's double red, so it's not necessarily worth. So then finally, we just do that, because we want Android 21 to be able to cover change for whomever that is needed for that cover change. Alternatively, what we could also do is that, because that way we have the healing, so that way she's still buffing these people, although ideally, it would be better if she is here, right? Which in that case, because she'll be buffing anyone that's around everywhere. In which case, maybe it's actually a good idea to put put this guy there, right? And then in that case, all we're really missing out on is the healing for her. So it really just depends on what we think is best. In this situation, I think what I'm actually going to still do is, despite all the recovery that you could possibly do with putting it for everyone, we're not going to do that. We're actually going to put it like this. And the reason for it is because we're going to get that blue card pretty much right off the bat, which is really, really solid. And then we can focus on that green unit very, very quickly on. So let's actually go and take a look at that, see how that works out. It might not work out at all. We still might get slaughtered. Well, we're not going to get slaughtered. We might not be able to effectively deal with him, but we're going to try. She is Blast. So we're going to have to switch her to... No, we have to keep her as Blast. That's unfortunate. It just depends if we want to actually utilize her effectively or not. What's her key restore speed? I just got to double check that again. 2570. $2529. So she's probably going to go second. All right, so we're going to confirm it. So we're going to actually take a look at that battle. We're going to see what's going on. So we're going to attack him first, followed by him. So he's going to take the majority of our attacks, which is going to be unfortunate, but that's how it is. Then we're going to attack him, followed by him, and that. I think that's how we're going to do it. And let's take a look at how it goes. It might not go well, might go very well. We'll see. So we're going to actually take a look at the battle so you guys can see what's the attack order, because I like to look at that. And then for the free-to-play account, which is ironically doing better than this one because it mains females, androids, and regen. It really does help with the overall, like, it helps by, I don't have to actually look at the battle once I go on the other account. Okay, so it's a blue card first. That's awesome. So it's just an instant kill. So as you can see, he does. So I did mess up the order in which it happens. Okay, that's fine. Oof, that's bad. That's bad. Okay, so he's tanking a lot, which is a problem. That's a big problem. But we did get healing, which is nice. Can't attack, that's nice. So she's going to go down in the running order. Okay, that's fine. That's not going to kill. Okay, that's gone. Okay. And then we're going to heal up some of the health, which is nice. This is why Android 21 is really good. Unfortunately, we did not do well because he tanked way too much. But she's dead, so that's nice. Oh, they've got another cover change, which is irritating, but that's how it is. All right. Yeah, the free-to-play account is really like a top account. It's actually insane how good it is in comparison. Oh, no. We're not going to kill. That sucks. It's over. Yeah, so we actually failed. We actually failed, which sucks. And this is what happens sometimes. This is actually what happens sometimes. But we still keep our win streak, so there's at least that. That's a bad run, but it is what it is. So that's going to only give like 1.3. 1.4, okay, so it was actually a little better than I thought. Okay. And then for this battle, we got to play it a little bit more carefully. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually switch, and we're going to do a couple of different changes right off the bat. All right, so first things first, flip her back in there. In terms of speed, we want... Let me just see what we got. I just want to see what we got. I'm trying to not lose my 18 until near the very end. So we got 2 purples, 2 yellows, 1 green, 1 red. It is pain, but it is what it is. All right, so we're actually going to want 1 red. Yeah, that's going to be good. That's what I want. All right, so I've set it up. That's going to be the attack formation for this round. It would be nice if I had boot tanks, but I don't. He's dead. I misplayed. So that's going to be what's up. Let's see. Let's deal with him first. We're going to deal with the green last, by the way. And then to see what that does. There we go. And let's take a look at it and see what happens. Now, like I said, I'm not claiming to be the best. I'm not even claiming to be, like, playing the Soken. Yo, Dokkan has been pretty chill and pretty nice lately. All right, let's take a look at what we got. I want to see how fast the yellow cell is now in comparison. So let's see how much he's moved up on the list. So let's take a look. So he's first on the list. There you go. Okay. Okay. And dead. Nice. So that took one full thing for that, but it's fine. The top priority kill? Personally, for me, not really. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, that's fine. And heal up. Healing, healing, healing. One. Dead. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice. Goodbye. All right, so now we got 2 units left. So now the priority here is going to be Angel Vegeta. And that's going to be that, and then we're going to Rising Rush, because now you're going to get the Rising Rush on the final unit, and that's going to be it. So you go for tanky units first. Well, I go for, basically, I try to figure out how am I going to be able to kill all 6 units, because killing all 6 units when you know that you can't actually kill within 3 or 2 turns makes a big difference. You want to be able to kill all 6. That's a big thing. And boom, there you go. And that's why I did what I did. So if you take a look at that points, that's almost 4 million points right there. Janata Mellow Games, hello, hello, hello. Also, Samvel asks, who should I use LLZ power on? 3-star Super Saiyan 3 Goku, 2-star Namek Goku, or 2-star Red Gohan? What do you main? Fusions, I'm thinking Namek Goku because I got the LL Frieza and I can run them together. Yes, if you are running, well, actually, I would wait. Maybe hold on to that LLZ power only because they are going to change things in a bit. They might change it, and you might have to change up how leader skills work and all that. I can go over that later, but yeah, so there you go. So that puts me at 31, which is pretty good. And I still have one more that I could do. So let me just see where I'm at right now, because I know that that definitely pushed me up. By how much? I don't know. We're going to find out. Because I know that the highest is at 34. But my ranking now, without even doing the last battle, is what? I'm in the top 1,000 just by doing that. Without anything else, I'm in the top 1K. I could leave it at that right now, and then we could see how that affects later. So yeah. Like I said, like I've been saying in the Discord, for those of you that are in my Discord, I've been coasting through this because it's pretty easy. I'm ready to see Green Piccolo in PvP again. I mean, a lot of people are. A lot of people are. And what's this next one? It's the exact same fight. Let's just take a look at what we have, because obviously the formations are different now. Formation is different, which means the battle is different. The way I'm going to play is a little different. So let's take a look at what we have here. Let's see. Put that one there. Put that one there because of the neutral damage. The neutral damage matters more here. And we'll do that. Alright, so in this particular situation, considering who's going first... Actually, we're going to look at that. And I want to see that. I want to see that because of how we're playing that now. So depending on where you are at with your overall power, you attack certain things first. It's very simple like that. You just want to kind of go about it. I always attack the green Super Saiyan 3 Goku last because he's got that cover change anyways, which is a pain in the butt. Yes, it helps you get the blue card faster. Yes, that's exactly it. Oh, wow, that was bad. Oh, wait. Nice. Wow, that did nothing. Okay, so that's good to know. Her blue card before her transformation is bad. That's unfortunate, because that's a bad situation. One character for one full thing, that's really bad. Two units, that's bad. This is horrible, actually.
I wonder what you taste.
Okay, let's see. Okay, at least that one's done. Yeah. Okay. If we can kill the red one for the Rising Rush, we're going to be fine. Okay, so we have... There is hope. If there's no hope, well, we're going to find out now. Oh, God, please. Nope, no hope. We actually messed up. Because we had the triple blue, we messed up. That's bad. That's really bad. That's horrible. It's fine, though. It's fine, though. What I'm hoping for throughout this mode, realistically, is just being able to coast. If I can coast, we're good. Which this is more than enough. So there you go. So we can now close that. There you go. So there you have it. Go back to reactions. All right, so that was actually worse, as you guys can see. Sometimes having triple blue can really mess you up. So sometimes if you just go for the same attack order, that's better than actually going for Angel Vegeta first. So, for example, that's a clear indication of why sometimes going for Angel Vegeta as top priority is not always the best move. Because sometimes you just get cucked. And that happens. It's part of life. You just learn to accept it. And, you know... yeah, I can check my final rank. Yes. Sorry about that. I should have actually left that on the screen. So, let me tell you right now. It's not that good. It's probably only like top 400 or top 300 max. Never mind. I'm at rank 104. I'll take a picture of that. No, I didn't get top 100, but I got close to that. I was top 104. I'm 104. Never mind. That actually did a lot better than I thought. I'll post it on the Discord for you guys so you guys can see it right now. So if you guys have access to the Discord, you guys probably do. Most of you do. But if you don't, links in the description below, and Tournament of Power. There you go. So I posted it in the top right there. So there you have it. And that's pretty much what I can say right now of what I understand from top. So, like, sharing you my knowledge in regards to top and whatever we kind of put together, this is what I know. As I know more things, like you know, I will update. But for now, that is pretty much all I do know. That is what I can impart you with. And as I discover new things and like newer variables, I will, let you guys know. So one thing to be aware of and cognizant of, this one. I think this one makes a big difference. So thank you, Mike, for pointing that out. Actually, let's not do this. Let's bold on this. The special move upgrade says specifically that it will upgrade special move to an alt. So does that mean if a unit has no alt, you should not put them on that bonus square? Yeah. Generally speaking, it's a good idea not to. Sometimes I still place a particular unit on that particular square that does not have an alt, just because, like, for example, the positioning doesn't work with the team. Yeah, they'll just use their blues, essentially. Yeah. You won't get your alt, yeah. But yeah, it will. I do. Okay, so let me double check something, because I believe it will buff your blue card too. So let me just give you guys a heads up on what is up on that specifically. Let me just pull that up for myself so that way I can help you all out with that. Okay, let me just find it. Here, let me just pull up the game, because I can tell you right away once I see it whether it's a waste or not. Sometimes it's okay to waste in the situation where you're just placing your unit in a particular position because you need to. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, let me just pull that up real quick, and then I'll let you know. Because in the particular situation that I was in, it was best that she was there anyways. So just, Mm-hmm. My phone's overheated, so give me a moment, guys. Overheated phone is, well, angry with me. So I will actually get back to you guys on that because, like, here, actually, no, I can find this out. 1 second, guys. In regards to the special upgrade mode, or special upgrade, yeah, my phone is being extremely mad at me right now. Yeah, so yeah, Toshi. Okay, so the developers and everyone had like some sort of like summary, but unfortunately, this has been a mess in regards to we've all been learning. I'm still learning, guys. Like I might be helping per se, but at the same time, I as well make mistakes and I'm learning too. It's a very interesting situation because no matter what I do, I'm fallible as well, and it's just unfortunate that even I don't have all the answers because it's just a pain in the butt. Uh, for right now, here's what I would say: that upgraded special move, for now, treat it as if it only upgrades your special to an alt. Treat it as if you were to place your units with a, for now, with a blue card, that you would just be wasting the blue card per se, or you wouldn't be wasting it, more like if you don't have any units that have an ultimate anyways, does it actually matter? You know, that sort of thing. Also, another thing, too, I will be sharing this document. This document's already shared in the comments down below, or I think it's in the description. Emily's description or comments? It's in the description. It's currently in the description of this video or this stream. So if you want access to this top guide, just head over there into the description, click on the link, you will have access to it. As I learn more, I will definitely update this. You might know all of this, you might not know all of this. Whatever you know, whatever you don't know, I will put here. And if you have anything extra to add to this, let me know. I can always add it to this document as I'm trying to share this with you, with anyone that needs it. Okay? So I think the last thing that we should probably go over is positioning of your units, knowing what those red tiles mean and where you are in conjunction to them. So for example, if let's say your unit has the ability to debuff your opponent and it has the front row line, what it means is it's going to only debuff anyone in the front row, okay? So it's just very common stuff. I might add it later here, I might not. But anyways, I hope this has been informative. I hope that you guys learned something from this. I know top is kind of overwhelming, and even I get overwhelmed by top, which is why I'm a little bit quieter today. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to write this all out so that way top doesn't become, like, a pain in the butt. Just a complete pain in the butt. I don't want top to be a chore, right? And it can be a chore at times. So it's just really important to know how we can handle that appropriately. But with that being said, guys, I think that's pretty much it for the stream for today. I want to go and do a video, because Wesley, I said I was going to do a video for you, specifically in regards to something. Emily, do you remember what it was about? The update, right. I'm going to cover the update today. Even if you guys already know it, I'm still going to cover it, because I'm just going to go over it, say my opinions, say what I think, and I'll let you guys know over here. But before I end this stream right now, I just want to rant a little bit about minions. Because I'm not even bothered that they brought minions out. Okay? I'm not even bothered that they brought minions out as a content-like thing for us for PvE. I am bothered by the fact that they are they're trying to make us spend our resources to the point where we're exhausted out of no resources. The fact that these are event exclusives, which means that they'll eventually come back, so you can 14-star them again, blah, blah, blah. Or if you haven't already. It doesn't change the fact that these units feel like an energy grab, just for a way to make us feel like we don't have enough energy for upcoming better units, or units that are just in generally better or more sought after or more hype. And I just think it's kind of insane that they expect us to farm energy and use about like over 3,000 energy just to get everyone to 14 stars. I think that's dumb. I don't know what else to say about that other than that. It's just absolute garbage. If you're interested in those units, then by all means farm them, but I pretty much am stopping at 6 stars, like doing their regular missions, and then that's it, cutting it off. Because if you guys don't know, we also have to get that EX Frieza that we got from the new event to Friendship Rank 5 if you want to get your total of 500 CC. I think it's 500 or 600, I can't remember. But if you want to get all that CC, then you might as well just stop working on your minions and go straight to Frieza and just working on him, because you need to get him to Friendship Rank 5, not even 3. 5. And most likely, if you've been doing friendship grinding, just the daily stuff, you're probably on the 4th or 5th minion by now only. Definitely other things will need energy. That's the thing. As they put out content like this, they are pretty much setting themselves up for when the next like Zenkai unit comes out that is free to play, where there could be a Legends Road that might get a Zenkai or that you might need to work on, because that's the thing. Legends Road is going to eventually be a tag you're going to want to run until we get the whole new leader skill and all that stuff for PvP, which I'm going to cover for another thing. Okay? So we'll see. We'll see. It could be bait. Anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much it. I just wanted to do a mini rant on minions. I think that if they were going to bring out minions the way they did, they should have given it to us like the free-to-play Gokus. So that way it didn't cost too much energy. So that way it's a lot simpler. It could be time-gated. I don't care. As long as it doesn't cost me so much resource, I would much prefer that. Take care, guys.